Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra, and in this special, we're going to be focusing on the new listing. Remember, shares of Global Health, which operates hospitals under the brand name Medanta, has made a very strong debut today, getting listed at a premium of over 19% from the issue price on the stock exchanges. Now, to discuss more about the company's future plans, I'm now joined by the top management. Dr. Naresh Tehran joins in, Chairman and Managing Director, Global Health Ltd. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out. To congratulations on the very strong listing. So the IPO was received well. The listing has been strong. What do you have to say?
Well, good afternoon, first of all. Yes, I mean, it is true that there is a good feeling around the fact that our listing has been successful. It proves two things. The growth story of Medanta as a part of Global Health has been on the back of providing the highest end of multi-specialty care on the same platform by the best of kind of doctors to the patients at as affordable a cost as possible.
True.
So
Well, yeah.
that has actually led to us from going from one facility in Gurugram, which started at the end of 2009, early 2010, to now we are 2012, in spite of 2 years of COVID, that we now have five functional hospitals, and the sixth one is coming out of the ground in Noida. So it's been a very steady but very strong growth because each of our hospitals are like Gurugram is 1,300 plus beds, Lucknow is 1,000, Patna is 650, so Noida is going to be another 550. So we build for us to be able to give that kind of highest care as
Hmm.
actually it has been recognized by Newsweek International. Also,
Hmm.
for 3 years in a row, they have said or voted us as the best private hospital in this part of the world. So that's a very good feeling to have the endorsement that yes, people are recognizing that they are getting the best treatment possible anywhere in the world. That is one part. On the back of that, the whole IPO, because it's one of those points in a company's life that you need to become more outward looking, where you can actually grow faster. So the investors actually have also reposed their faith in us, their confidence in us, that yes, this is a good quality company being run with all the highest ethics and credibility, and also serving the people, which is all very positive from their point of view also. So we are feeling very good and rewarded by the fact that our efforts have been recognized by the larger community, because we had a few shareholders. Now we have over 3 lakh shareholders,
Yes.
and they have done what they have done.
Absolutely. So could you also share more on the expansion plans from the current about 2,400 beds that you have? You talked about the new facility in Noida coming up. By when can we expect that to be operational and then start to contribute to the books?
So as we speak, today we have about 2,500 functional beds. But our hospitals like Lucknow, Patna, they still have capacity to grow. So, like Lucknow is
Okay.
1,000 beds, 500 are functional, and more beds are being made functional right now. So, there is growth there already, which is going to be in the next 12 months or so. And similarly, in Patna, where we have a 650-bed hospital, 330 beds are functional today, and they will
Hmm.
also double in this period that we're talking about. And then Noida. So, we have a good 1,000 beds
Hmm.
on the anvil. So we expect that with the completion of Noida by early 2025 financial year, that we should have then 3,500 plus beds. So that's what you have is that in our current inventory. But then there are, of course, things that we are looking at as we move forward. We will be providing these services to areas where it's needed, but the basic core principles will remain the same. That you provide the highest end of care with the maximum integrity and the least possible price you can charge them, keeping your margins in mind. So there is a growth story there, no question, and this hopefully Vedanta will continue to roll, and with the support of our investors and our patients, more importantly, that I think that we will get wider and wider recognition of our mission to serve the people with the core values that I talked about.
Right. Since I was asking you about expansion, in the future, do you have any plans to also go international?
So we are looking at everything. There's no exclusion, but there are principles. The
Hmm.
principle remains the same as I told you, that we should be providing the highest end of care,
Hmm.
so that our quality never gets diluted. There are many models that are available, as you know, M&A, O&M, uh, greenfield, brownfield. All these things are on the table for us. We do
Okay.
not. We are agnostic to what kind of facility, but we are only principled to say it has to be able to provide the highest end of care in the environment that we will go, and we serve the largest population possible at the best price, so that over a period of larger volumes we make enough revenue to justify the faith, or the confidence that the investors have reposed in us.
Right.
So that's
So,
the
yeah.
basic underlying vehicle on which we will travel. Nothing is sacrosanct as far as that is concerned, except our principles. That's sacrosanct.
That's exciting to know, sir, and we'd be looking forward to those, developments as well. But currently, when we talk about the kind of revenue growth you've been posting, there's been an improvement over the last few financial years as well. What is the current revenue mix like? Where are the revenue contributions coming in from going forward? Which are going to be the key growth drivers for you?
So as you can divide it up into two: the mature facilities and the recent facilities. So more than 6 years we consider the mature facilities, and that is Gurugram, Ranchi, and Indore. So those are the ones that will continue to show growth as we move forward.
Hmm.
But the newer facilities, which are not mature yet, so if you look at the parameters that you're talking about, and they're all mentioned in the RHP, is the fact that, look, what is the return on capital in the mature facilities? That's close to 27%. So there is a very healthy growth there. If you look at the newer facilities, Lucknow broke even within first 12 months. Gurugram broke even in 15 months, but Lucknow did even better. And Patna, which is now operational, actually just about 8 months or so, is already well on its way to breaking even.
Right.
So I think that the formula of providing that kind of care by all physicians working together, because the patient is not deprived of the best of specialists, because
Hmm.
we are all on the same platform, and we treat the patient who comes into Medanta as patient who deserves everybody's attention equal. So that's why, because the outcomes have been so good, even in the most complicated cases, we have become what they call the destination hospital, the
Absolutely.
academic destination hospital, and that's where we want to stay. And I think that's the mantra that we created this whole thing with, and that's the mantra we'll move forward with.
Understood that, sir. So also what we noticed as a big shift or as a big development, a change during the COVID period was the massive, consultation that took place via digitally, the online consultations, the online treatments. So how is it going forward post-COVID? Is that still a sizable chunk?
We were actually doing a fair amount of digital and remote consultations already before COVID. And the plans were to expand it over the next 3 to 5 years.
Hmm.
But COVID actually compressed it very rapidly. And as you know, we all got used to it, the doctors, the patients, the peripheral families. So now it has become a standard practice that it is possible for patients to connect with us remotely, get the first consultation.
Hmm.
When we can give them guidance, when they think then they need a procedure, then they can come once. Our patients travel from
Right.
hundreds of kilometers. So for them, it's a major convenience to be able to connect with the doctor who they want to be treated by, to get the advice, and when they come all prepared. So it eliminates that one extra trip for them, which is quite costly, bringing the whole family and stuff like that. So I think that there has been a lot of learning from COVID, in the sense of
Hmm.
how you can expand your digital footprint, and the fact that you can do many remote monitorings also. So I think it's we are of course adopting it all, and we are on the cutting edge of all this because we are now into predictive medicine. And with predictive medicine, you can actually guide the people what is their personal outflow. Much like what we are used to Janam Patri, we can write the medical Janam Patri now with so much
Sure.
technology available to us, like whether it's molecular, biomolecular structure, whether it is their genetic makeup. So all this is able, we are able to analyze now, and with the environmental influences, with your diet and habitual influences, you can actually try to trace that path on which, so we can tell people, forewarn them how to protect themselves for the future. This is a new science, and Vedanta is leading the way. So that's the whole idea, that we keep moving medicine 24/7 uh, and push the frontiers in the favor of patients so that they can get more sort of healthy life years. That's the idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. Also, I wanted to understand post-COVID, where do you see really growth coming in from in terms of occupancy? Also, we saw FY22, you had an average occupancy rate of over 60% odd. Is that going to see continuation of that as well?
Yeah, there is a already, if you take the mature facilities, we are over 65%. But you must
Okay.
understand what it means. Because we are a very high end delivery system, that a lot of our population or patient population is procedure based.
Hmm.
We don't deal with maximum with the dengue and diarrhea and stuff like that. We are
Yeah.
procedure driven because that's the skills and the environment that we have created. So if you see our day care, because we have a very large daycare service, we try to do as many procedures so that the patient can get home by the evening, which is
Hmm.
the best that can happen to the patient. So if you look at day census, it's 20% higher than our night census, which is
Hmm.
65%.
Right.
So we are actually operating at a very high level. Of course, it can go up by another few percent more. Of course, it will.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we are seeing that people are coming back and reposing their faith in the Medanta medical system more and more. So this is a nice feeling for us to have, because we've done it with a lot of
Sure.
hard work and dedication, and we're
Absolutely.
now actually getting the benefits of it.
Absolutely. The trust that the patients have in the group is definitely seen across all your hospitals, especially starting with Gurugram, which is your main center as well. And hopefully we'll see more hospitals right there. Also wanted to understand on the margins front, I think you locked in an EBITDA margin of about 22% in FY22. What is the margin outlook from here on for FY23 and beyond?
So in our way of thinking and the way medicine should be practiced, it should be somewhere between 22 and 25, because of the fact that you can overcharge, you can do many things, but I don't think that's a good thing to do. So if you want to stick to the core value of medicine and taking care of patients,
Hmm.
your EBITDA levels of around 25% are should be max. One or two up and down is okay. But to try to go much beyond that, you will do something will crack, something will give. Either
Hmm.
your principles, or you're overcharging, or you're under providing the quality. So I think that
Right.
there is a morality to it. Like I always say, good medicine makes good business does not make good medicine. If you are in the business of medicine, if you are there committed to the patient with that, this is your core, that you are going to deliver them the best care, then you also cannot cut corners, you cannot overcharge, because the burden may be unbearable for many people.
Sure.
That's
Sure.
why I always say, we have always expressed it to publicly also, that we want to give the highest end of care with the best prices possible, keeping in mind the margins that are required for businesses and investors to be satisfied with the get return. No question, they should get return. We'll make sure that we follow that path.
Right.
But excessive profiting from patients is not a good idea.
Okay. Understood that. Just I had one more question on the shareholding pattern as well. So after the IPO, if you could just suggest to us what is the promoter shareholding at? You as a promoter as well, would you be looking at diluting any further equity if there is need in the future to raise capital?
Well, you're asking questions of future which nobody knows, but the basic thing is I have stated very clearly, we are not selling. I have not sold. And we want to keep, it's a vehicle for us. It's a vehicle for the doctor-led system to move forward with the value system that I just told you about. And whatever it takes, I have no need to
Hmm.
dilute. I wouldn't, no intention to. And but like you said, is there, are you open to acquisitions or mergers or something like that? Let time tell.
Right. Okay, just final question to you, sir. Help us understand an overview of how do you see the healthcare industry really growing going forward from here? What role will Medanta be playing over there? Any challenges that you foresee that you would want to mitigate?
So if you see, we are about for so providing healthcare to our country. We are about 50% of where we should be to give the minimum good healthcare to our people in the whole country. So the upside of healthcare is huge. It will continue to grow 15-20% year on year, no question. Now the other question is, in what model will it be? And I would predict that it will be in a mixed model. That
Hmm.
there will be patients who will be at every level you'll treat, and you should treat, but also learn that the margins you maintain, there will be your ability to do efficient work at at a fixed price wherever the price falls. So, like you take our model, our people, all our doctors are full time, except for you minor one or two here and there.
Right.
They can do a much higher. I mean, they are not related to how many operations you do, and that's how much money you make or whatever. So we have capacity. We can do a lot of work and help people, more and more people, and still maintain our margins the way I stated.
Okay. And growth outlook, any growth outlook that you could share with all our viewers going forward from here for you
So
specifically over the next three to
whatever
5 years?
we're allowed to talk about,
Hmm.
we have told you already in the RHP. I've also told you that there are major plans for the future. How we announce them, as we culminate them, I will keep informing the market and you good people who report on these activities. So we will.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
look forward to further engagements, and
Absolutely, sir. Well, it
this
was
will.
a pleasure having you with us on Business Today TV. As
Thank you.
is always, here's again a many, many congratulations to you on fantastic listing, and here's hoping your journey in stock markets, grows multifold for you, for your shareholders, and the investors as well. Many thanks for giving us your time and sharing
Thank
with
you.
us all the
Thank you.
insights about the business going forward.
Thank you for your good wishes.
Thank you so much. And with that, we wrap up this edition. You heard the top management of Global Health talk about the future plans of the company going forward, the expansion, the verticals that they are in right now, the revenue contribution that they expect, the margins that they expect to sustain as well. Going forward from here, a whole lot to track in this space as well going forward. So do stay tuned onto Business Today TV for all that update. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned with us for with all our other social media platforms as well. You can continue to engage with us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. We'll be all there and be happy to engage with all our viewers too. Many thanks for tuning in for now.